welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. It's Thursday and I'm ready with another project today. Forgot to shut the sound off on my phone. If you can see in the back, you can kind of see we're still trying to move stuff around and get stuff cleaned up with all the water issues we've had around here. But it's forcing me to clean out, so maybe that's a good thing. Hope you're having a good week. It is July 3rd, so tomorrow is a holiday for us here in the US. And I have to admit, I'm kind of looking forward to a 3-day weekend. So I have a fun project I want to share with you today. This project, ooh, boy, that's bright. Let's see here. There we go, that's better. I actually have the window open for some nice light today. Maybe that's all we need. Let's see if I shut these off. Hey, there we go. What a deal. We can just go with regular natural light today. All right, so this project I made as a gift for the ladies that came to 10 and 2 Coffee at the end of June. And it's just a really fun project that I wanted to go ahead and show everyone how to make. So our biggest piece is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, 1 3/4 by 6. Then we have 1 5/8 by 1 5/8, and you're going to cut 2 of those. 1 5/8 by 1 3/4, so just a tad bigger than a rectangle. But I had 2 of them, making me nervous here. There we go, there's the other one. This one is 1 5/8 by 1 5/8, but it's just a solid color, and I chose to use Bubble Bath, I think it is. 5/8 by 1 5/8, and 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. All right, so I'm going to put all these little pieces up here in a stack. And I'm going to bring out my paper trimmer. So you'll remember a couple weeks ago, I talked about this line here. And this is the project that I think it's Paper Pixie was the one Julie DeMarco shared this idea, both the mini explosion box and drawing a line down my Simply Scoring. All right, so we're going to go to 1 3/4, and we're going to score all the way down. We're going to turn it. We're going to do the exact same thing. Continue doing it so that you end up with 9 boxes. There we go. Now we're going to come over to that 6-inch line that she had us draw a line on. And we're just going to score down to the first square, okay? Do not go all the way across. There we go. Make sure you line up both the points here and here so that they're in the 6-inch groove. Realized I forgot to do that on the first 2, so I'm going to make sure those are scored nicely. Yep, turn it around. All right, then we're going to bring it back over here, and we're going to just make a little tick mark at 2 and 5/8. 2 and 5/8. We're going to turn it around and do the same thing. The 5/8 mark is just past 2 1/2. Okay, so here's 2 1/2. It's that next line right there. All right, so that's all with our Simply Scoring. We're going to continue to use the stylus, and I've got my ruler here, and I'm going to pick 2 sides here where I did the tick marks, and we're going to go from the tick down to the corner, and then do the same thing on the other side. I have to admit, I've made some 3D items lately, and I've had a lot of fun with it, which is unusual for me. It used to be if I needed to make something with measurements and a little bit tricky. I had a good friend that did it for me. She's a math person because math wasn't my thing. But lately, I've really enjoyed doing something a little bit different than cards. So it's been fun. All right, so now if you look at this, you can see, it's hard to see that. Let's see if I can. The ones I did without the scoring tool just aren't showing up quite as well. Let me go around and do them again. All right, so now you can see we've got triangles, triangles all the way across here and here, but not on this side. All right. Now I'm going to grab my trimmer and we're going to cut off the 4 corners. So I'm going to line up from my score line here to my score line up there. So it's going to make a perfect triangle. And I'm going to cut off all 4 sides, or points, I should say. This is the 3rd one. And we've got 1 more. Thought these were really cute. I have to say I did expect them to be a little bit bigger, and I should have known better because I knew what the size of the paper was. But I wasn't able to put as many treats in these as I had thought, and that's okay. What I did at Kit and Cup was I just brought the treat, put some extras on the table, and told them they could have another one if they wanted it. So I'll show you what I put in here. And the nice thing with this, as long as you can make 9 even squares with the size of your paper, you could make this project any size you want. So as you can see, I'm just burnishing all the straight lines first. And now I'm going to go back and start burnishing the side, the angles, with the triangles. And we're going to fold those triangles in. Trying to make this so you can see. Sorry, guys, I know. But you can see there, see how it's coming in like that. All right, and we'll do the same thing over here. Hey, with the hot weather here now is when I'm glad that crafting is an inside activity. You know, on those nice fall days, I always think, oh, it'd be so nice to have an outside activity. But when it gets hot like this, I'm glad I'm inside. All right, so let's see, we're gonna go at those 2 score lines. And they're both going to come in as well. Kind of silly to do this project when my hands are giving me grief, but so see, if I can do it with my crazy, crazy hands, you can do it too. And you want these to go every other direction here. And the nice thing with burnishing them is that if you've got it the wrong way, you just fold it back the other way. But it gives it that nice crease, which is good. All right. So we're going to start bunching these up. So that it folds into a little triangle. Right, so there's that side. Now we're going to come back and do this one. So it folds into a little triangle. See that little triangle? Isn't that fun? All right. Burnish this here just a little bit. So she had a really good template for this that I followed. But then when I watched the ladies at 10 and 2 try to open this, it was a little tight. So I did make a little bit of a change on some of the dimensions. All right, so this one is 5 and an 8. Well, you're going to have to watch me cut one more, it looks like. All right. So I did ahead of time, I did just for you, and I put some little hearts on it. The hearts are from the Sweet Jar, which is one of the newer stamp sets that we have. And the Just for You, I believe, was from Simply Said. Put that on the inside. Tell you what we're going to do instead of you having to watch me cut. Nope, I do have one right here. I had originally started with these stripes. We'll put the stripes on the inside, and then we'll put the stars on the outside. There we go. All right. So the 1 5/8 by 1 5/8 goes on the inside here, so that there's some color. There are so many colors in this bright and beautiful paper. I did check today, it is still available, and now it's half price. So you can get this gorgeous paper for $6.25. Oh, I love it. I must have. I was looking today and I actually have 3 different packages of it. Oh, that one slid on me. Well, goodness gracious. Let's line it up here. I have to laugh. All those weeks I did videos, I could stop and start over and I didn't have to. Now that I'm trying to go live this summer, I keep having little issues. Isn't that the way it goes? All right, this is my belly band, and it is 1 3/4 by 6. If you look at her template, she did these just a little bit different. I scored mine at 1 5/16. So if you look, let's see if I can bring up my, write this down just a little bit. On my cutting mat, it has, oh, you know what? We're going to go with the paper trimmer. All right. Okay. So I scored these at 1 15/16. So on our paper trimmer, the shortest line is 16th. So 16/16 would be 2. Okay. So it's 1 short of that. Then I did an easy one, which is 3 7/8. That's the longer one right before 4, sorry, and then 5 3/4. Okay, so again, that was 1 15/16. So the short line right before the 2, 3 7/8. So when you do this, you're going to have a tiny one right before 3, and then you're going to do 5 3/4. This is our belly band. We're going to put the star paper on the first one here with a little catch and the last one here. So the first and third, this is the bottom. If you wanted to put a paper on there, you sure could. but with it being on the bottom, people aren't going to see it very much. That's fun about this bright and beautiful paper is it has stars, it has circles, it has squiggles, it has kind of an ombre look. If you have not purchased this paper, you need to go check it out. And like I said, it's on clearance. It's half price. All right. So these are the two pieces, the 1 5/8 by 1 5/8 and 1.5 by 1.5 that your inside greeting here. And then this fun little greeting I did, it says a little treat for you with the hearts. And we are going to put that on this piece right here. I made it the same width as my paper. All right. And then we're going to put adhesive on this little strip here and close up our belly band. Looks just like that. All right, give that a second to seal. Wow, goodness. All right, now we're going to fold this up. What I chose to do was some more of those Werther's caramels, and only 2 would fit in here because this is tiny. So like I said, if you want a bigger item, thought I got 2 in, looks like it was just 1. Then you're going to take this, slide it right in there, and there's your little treat. Isn't that cute? One other thing I did add was I just took some white twine and made a little bow. Well, the ladies at class always want me to make their bows, and I can usually do it the first time. That one got me. Oh, shoot. Well, definitely making it real, right? So even when you get it big like that, you can always pull your strings down. That's why I never cut the string off or the ribbon or anything until I have my bow finished, so you don't waste as much ribbon. All right, grab my scissors. Now, when she made hers, she wrapped it around the whole thing, but I thought it'd be cute just to add it right on top. I'm gonna grab my dimensionals, not dimensionals, glue dots. All right. Add a little bow. And there you go. Isn't that cute? Then the ladies at 10 and 2 at the Kitten Cup, this was so tight, they had trouble getting them out. So I did make the outside just a smidge bigger so it slides a little easier. Isn't that cute though? What a fun little gift to give. I hope you love this idea. I would love to see what you make with it. Post a picture down below, email it to me, or show me in person. I'd love to see it. I hope you're having a great week. I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July weekend. I'll see you next